Awesome. Thank you. You're welcome to this very important meeting. All right. This meeting is so important that if you have team members that are not here, you do well to reach out to them and inform them of some of the things that we'll be talking about on today's call. All right. First and foremost, before I get into the meat of the matter, I want to quickly remind you guys that some of you have still not updated your wallet address in your affiliate dashboard. Okay? Some of you have not done that, and some of your downlines too have not done that. Kindly note that if you do not update your wallet address, we don't have a way to pay you. All right? We don't have a way to pay you. In fact, if you don't update your wallet address, your downlines don't update your wallet address, even if you refer them, we don't have a way to know you referred them, especially for the ongoing waitlist campaign. All right. If your downline does not update his or her wallet address and he buys $100 and above WITTY from the commitment vault, we don't have a way to track or to what's the word I'm looking for? Attribute that downline to you. We don't have a way to do that. So it's very, very important that both you and your downline, you need to update your wallet. Very, very important. Okay. Please, immediately after this call, just log into your wallet, your affiliate dashboard. Scroll down, you see the place where you can click the pencil icon and then just paste your wallet address there. Encourage your downlines to do that. If you are referring a new person, let them go through the affiliate registration and let them put the wallet address with which they would buy WITTY on the commitment vault. Let them enter. There's a space for wallet address for new registrations. Let them not skip it, please. Let them put in the wallet address so that we can attribute those transactions to you. You pay accordingly. Okay. Wanted to get that out of the way. Very important. Now, facilitators, please, subsequent meetings, always mention this. Everyone, whether you're participating in the campaign, the waitlist campaign or not, you need to update your wallet because without it, we cannot pay you. Okay. It's very, very important that you update your wallet. All right. Okay, so let's get to the meeting of today. So I hear sometimes when people talk, whether on the group, in meetings, or even one-on-one, I hear them say things like, I've been a WITTY community member for so long, either for so years or so months, right? Now, my mindset has always been to share as much as I can publicly do to ensure that nobody is going to say tomorrow that, oh, I would have done better if I knew better, right? Which is why we always have these meetings every day, Monday to Friday. And in the last 2 weeks, I've been meeting with the community very frequently. This is me trying to be sure that the vision is communicated so well that nobody is going to feign ignorance, right? And my biggest fear has always been that our old members, because of the experiences they have had, right, might give up, and the biggest beneficiaries of what we are building will actually be new members. That has been my biggest fear, and I think I've mentioned it a couple of times. And that's why I always try to come up here to talk, inspire us, motivate us, and get us to keep moving. Because like I've said, look, life is that way. You have to be resilient, you have to be committed, you have to be dedicated, you have to be hardworking. There will definitely be challenges, but what matters is how you handle those challenges. So what is happening in WITTY is not new. Like I've said, right? There are so many crypto projects that raise millions of dollars that are nowhere today. Nowhere today. From venture capital, raise millions of dollars from venture capital, institutional investors, and they are nowhere today. But WITTY is still here grinding and ensuring that we keep to our word. And so, if for anything, we actually deserve your support, because we would have just gone into extinction, and that would have been the end of WITTY. But you see us month in, month out, year in, year out, grinding to ensure that we achieve what we have set to achieve. I think the only thing needed now is your full support, because that's life and that's business. Some of you are business people. Some of you work in other people's companies. You know how these things work. All right? There will always be unforeseen circumstances. But what is most important is the grit, the adversity quotient of the leadership. All right? And like I've always said, and I continue to say, WITTY will succeed. WITTY will succeed. It does not have a choice. It will succeed. Okay? So for those of you who have been with us for quite some time, I want to encourage you, okay, to stay the course. I want to encourage you to keep believing. WITTY is going to be an amazing success. And I do not want a situation where I look back when WITTY is successful and you're nowhere to be found. And whenever I hear I've been in WITTY for long, I'm an old member of WITTY, this is what comes to my mind. There has to be proof that you are an old member of WITTY. And two things that I want to see as a proof that you are actually an old member of WITTY is either you have a lot of WITTY or you have a lot of downlines. If you don't have the two, I'm sorry, there's no proof that you have been in WITTY for too long. Because the challenges we had, it's your opportunity to actually buy WITTY for cheap. I know people who were using $10, $20, and we were scooping thousands of WITTY on PancakeSwap. All right? When we were challenged. So the proof that you are an old community member is that you have a lot of WITTY, or you have a lot of downlines, or you have both. That is only the proof. And so, if you happen to be an old member of WITTY and you don't have a lot of WITTY or you don't have a lot of downlines, then this is your opportunity to actually do that. Because I'm talking from experience. One of the things that will pain you the most is to look back and understand that and realize that you were a founding member of WITTY, but it seems like you don't have anything to show in terms of the quantity of WITTY you have, in terms of the downlines that you have. That is going to be one of the most painful things that will happen to you. Because right now you feel like, oh, okay, but the moment you see the things that we've been talking about begin to materialize, that is when it will dawn on you that there are so many things you could have done that you did not do. And that is regret setting in. But I do not want you to regret. I'm telling you now, so that those of you who want to wake up can actually wake up and do the right thing. I'm saying this because my greatest joy has always been to look back and see that the people who have supported WITTY, who have been here for years with us, are the greatest beneficiary of what we have built. That is my greatest joy. And that is why from time to time, I keep having this meeting, telling you not to give up. What we are building is amazing. We will succeed. You know why I know we will succeed? Because we will never give up. All right? There's a saying, when you say yes, God says yes. Okay? We will never give up. It's not possible. We've put our hands on the plow. In fact, I have an agreement, or I can actually even say a covenant with my co-founder that we will do WITTY full time. Right? We will do WITTY full time. And that is what we have done for the past 5 years. Working on WITTY full time. It's not a side project for us. It's not a side hustle for us. It's all we do full time. So why will it not work? It's not possible. Correct? So please stay the course and do what you've got to do, so that when you are saying tomorrow that, oh, I'm a founding member of WITTY, you will have proof. Oh, it's proof that people want to see, not stories. It's proof that people want to see. You need to show proof that you're a founding member of WITTY. It's very, very important, okay? Very important. Our goal is very simple. To build a financial war chest with which to defend the price of WITTY when we list on Sex Exchange. That's our goal. Very simple. We have 1 year to build a financial war chest with which we will defend the price of WITTY when we list on the centralized exchange, so that some of you who want to take profit, you can take profit and the price of WITTY will still not dump. Okay? And one of the ways we want to achieve that is by becoming integration partners of top exchanges. In one of my meetings, I explained to us, right, what that means. Being an integration partner means that the exchange will enter into an agreement, a partnership agreement with us, and we will integrate to the exchange via API, such that the P2P that you are currently doing that takes about maybe 15, 20 minutes, 45 minutes to conclude the transaction can be done in 3 seconds, right? Because you would not need to manually confirm or manually upload proof of payment. The exchange and WITTY would have been integrated via API. So the moment you click on the link on the exchange, it connects to the app, to our app, and you just click a button, the money moves. The moment the money moves, instruction is sent via API to the exchange that you've made payment, and the exchange releases money to the person buying from you. So a transaction that would have taken 40 minutes now takes place in 3 seconds. What does that mean? It means that you are able to do more transactions, which would only make sense if you are on a staking plan that allows you to do a lot of transactions per day, which also means that a lot of P2P merchants will want to come on WITTY. Why? Because we are integration partners with the exchanges and transactions happen very fast. Then you will now start seeing P2P merchants saying, oh, if you're not paying me with WITTY, please don't transact with me. That is where we are going to, because when we get there, what starts happening is that the exchange become our distribution partner, more or less promoting us, more or less marketing us. And then the exchange shares profit with us. So the exchange will promote us to their community who are doing P2P and then share profit with us. So this alone, the integration partnership alone, will increase our revenue by about 50x. And that is what we want to achieve before we list on the exchange. That credibility alone, that we are integration partners with Bybit, with Binance, with OKS, that credibility alone will go a long way. Plus the revenue is going to bring to us. That is what I want to achieve before we're actually listing on the centralized exchange. And we already know the requirement, and it is not something we cannot do. We already know the transaction volume that is required for us to pull before we can qualify to be integration partners with these exchanges. And it is absolutely something that we can achieve. All right? So our business model must mirror our goal. We cannot be saying we want to pull millions of dollars in monthly transaction volume, and then our business model will be crafted in such a way that it does not mirror these goals. No. All right? Our business model must mirror our goal. The project must make money, because that is the only way you can have a significant valuation for your WITTY. Do you understand that? The project must make money. That is the only way you can have a significant valuation for your WITTY. So those of you who have been with us for years and months, the only way this time can be worth the while for you is that we list on the exchange and your WITTY is valued at a significant price. Not just paper money, money that you can actually take to an exchange and convert it to USDT. That is the goal. That is what we are trying to achieve. That is the vision, and I'm communicating that vision to all of us. And that is what we are going to run with. All right? So I need you guys to understand that the goal is very simple. To drive WITTY to be so successful that we would have accumulated a significant financial war chest to be able to defend the price of WITTY when we list on a centralized exchange in 1 year from now. The goal is very simple. So that means that our business model must be engineered to align with this goal. All right? So that means that some of the things that we might be doing, even if it does not favor you personally, As long as it will help us to meet our collective objective, you should support it. Because all everybody should be concerned about is achieving that collective objective. That by the time we are listing on the exchange, we have enough money. But even if most people are selling, we have enough liquidity to do buyback to ensure that the price of WITTY does not dump. And those of you who want to sell some of your WITTY, you can sell at a reasonable price and still keep a significant portion of your WITTY for months and years to come. That is what we want to achieve. So the business model that we'll be launching to help us achieve this goal, even if it does not favor you personally, right? You have to be selfless to understand that the success of the community is superior to your personal success. You need to understand that, all right? Because if you succeed as a person and the community does not succeed, you will be back to square one, where your WITTY is worth nothing. So, in as much as we will do everything within our power to ensure that community members who do what they're supposed to do will be making money every month, passive income every month, right? From what we are building. The end goal is to ensure that we build WITTY to a point where it becomes a true asset. And it becoming a true asset is that it is backed by USDT. That even if people are selling, there's enough liquidity to do by periodic buyback to ensure that the price impact on our token is not negative. Are you guys following what I'm saying? Please give me a 7 if you guys are following me so far. Give me a 7 in the comments. You follow me so far, you hear me loud and clear, you see me, you understand what I'm saying. Just drop a 7 for me in the comments. Okay, Luka, I see you. Getunde, I see you. Bamidele, I see you. Manuel John, I see you. Money Minded, I see you. Okay, awesome. Please give me a 7. Give me a 7. There are 54 people on this call. Give me a 7. I want to be sure that I'm communicating so far. Okay? Lots of 7. Awesome. Ebenezer, I see you. Gage, I see you. Nad, I see you. Okay, let's proceed. Good. All right. So, having said what I have said, we've come up with some additions to our business model, which will take us closer to achieving our collective objective. Remember, everything we are doing, right, is for the betterment of the community, to ensure we achieve our goal. And our goal is to have enough liquidity with which to defend the price of our token when we list on centralized exchange. That's our goal, okay? So everything we are doing is going to be to align us to achieving that goal. Okay, so I'm going to share some of the things that we are working on at the management level to ensure that we achieve that goal. Okay, so let's get into it already. All right. So as we gear up towards our SEX listing, okay, SEX is centralized exchange listing. Okay, two things must happen. The two of them, not one out of the two. The two must happen. One, we must increase the utility of WITTY in our ecosystem to ensure we create an atmosphere where people need to hold WITTY instead of selling. In other words, we must create an atmosphere where people prefer to hold WITTY. Not that we are forcing them not to sell. Not like we are making it difficult for them to sell. But on their own accord, they choose not to sell because they realize that they do not have to sell WITTY to make money. As a matter of fact, the more WITTY they hold, the more money they make. So WITTY becomes an asset that continues to generate passive income. That is what we want to achieve. And we must achieve it in order for us to meet our collective objective. That is one. Two, we must create a significant reward pool, okay, with which we can defend the price of WITTY when we list on centralized exchange. Those two things are not negotiable. They must happen for us to be at a place where we can say we have achieved our collective objective. Okay? Therefore, our ecosystem must be engineered in such a way that we are not begging our users to add value to the ecosystem. Okay? So I had to go back to the drawing board. The fact that I have to come and motivate and inspire and more or less appeal and beg for people to promote means that something is wrong with the business model. All right? It means that something is wrong. Okay? So we need to make it in such a way that we allow users who add value to extract more value. It's as simple as that. So users must determine their own destiny and how far they want to go with us. Okay? You want to extract value, you add value. Simple. Okay, so the time of begging people to do this and do that has gone. That time is over. Right now, we are in serious business. We have pumped so much money, hundreds of thousands of dollars, into this project. All right? And continue to spend for this project. Okay? Investors have given us money. We have spent so much money. We know what we have gone through. Even with the money we have spent, we know what we have gone through in terms of sweat capital to get to where we are. So whether you believe what we are doing or not, it's your cup of tea. It's immaterial. But we believe what we are doing. And those who believe with us, we see it. Okay? But we have gone past the stage of babysitting people and trying to appeal to people to do what they need to do. No, that era is over. And I called for this meeting to communicate it myself so that you know that we mean business and that we are serious. Okay? So we need to build a growth flywheel that provides a win-win situation to our users. Okay? It's as simple as that. Now, so we have come up with a couple of things that we are going to inject in our business model to ensure that it helps us achieve this. Number one is that after the launch of the arbitrage intelligence system, we are going to be launching our lending platform. Okay? So our lending platform will enable people to borrow USDT from us using their WITTY as collateral. Now, remember in my introduction, I said that we need to create an environment where people do not need to sell WITTY to make money. As a matter of fact, you need to hold WITTY to make more money. That way, people voluntarily want to hold WITTY because they know that if they sell their WITTY, it negatively impacts on the money they make from our ecosystem. That is what we want to do. Okay? So we have a lending platform that we are going to launch, and the essence of that is to allow people borrow USDT from us against their WITTY. But please understand this. The essence of the USDT we are borrowing you or are lending to you is not to go and eat food or to go and buy a car or to go and do whatever you want. It is to trade. It is to trade. So in fact, for you to even qualify to that lending, we would have, check your trading activities. If you are not trading, you don't even qualify. Ab initio. No, don't even bother. The lending is for trading capital, to add to the capital you have so you can do more trade and you make more money for yourself, generate more volume for WITTY so that we can qualify faster to be integration partners to these exchanges. Do you see how it goes round? Win-win-win. We are creating a growth flywheel. So if we ever catch you borrow money and we are not seeing commensurate activity on your multi-currency platform, means that you diverted the money somewhere. All right? And that will be very frowned at. So the essence of the lending is for trading capital. Full stop. All right? Nothing else, nothing more for trading capital. You are only permitted to spend your profit, not to borrow money and go and do whatever you want to do. No, it is strictly for trading capital. All right? And this is how it would work, right? So we have, if you are on this 500 staking plan, okay, you can borrow up to 25%. That is 25% LTV, loan to value ratio. Okay, so you have $500 staking, you can borrow up to 25%, which is $125. to add to your trading capital so that you can do more trading and make more money. If you're on the $2,000 package, you can get 40% LTV, which means you can borrow $800. If you're on the $5,000 package, you can borrow $3,000. For the $10,000 package, you can borrow $7,500. Okay, it carries a monthly interest of 10%. Now, this is why we keep saying that the essence of this money is to put in your trading capital, because it is almost improbable. I don't want to use the word impossible to trade daily for 30 days and not make way more than 10%. Is almost impossible. In fact, even without our multi-currency platform, with your normal one account that you have now, if you make it a point of duty that you want to be trading P2P every day for 30 days, chances are very high you're going to make more than 10% in 30 days. Not to talk of when you're not trading with multi-currency accounts, plus trading with an arbitrage intelligence system, there is actually no way that you would not make way more than 10%. So even though the money you're borrowing is at a 10% interest, you will make much more than that if you are trading every day, so that you will easily pay back that money very easily. Okay? Now, you are returning that money every month. You return it, capital plus interest, and you apply again. We give you. Okay? You do that to build integrity on our platform to a point where the system says, okay, this person is committed in returning his money. We can allow him hold the money for 2 months or 3 months, but for the start, everybody starts with 30 days. Okay? That is one requirement. Second requirement is that if you are on any staking plan less than $500, you do not qualify. $20, $50, $100, we do not consider those things as staking plan. Those plans are just to give you leg room to experience our product and then decide to come in. Okay, $20, $50, $100, those are not staking plans, basically. So if you're on any of those plans, you do not qualify for the lending. Okay, for you to qualify for the lending, it starts from the $500 plan and above. Okay, that's very clear. That is the second requirement. Okay. Let me see. Then the third requirement. Now listen carefully, guys. Remember, we understand that, look, at the very start of this lending, we probably will not have enough liquidity to handle everybody who want to borrow. All right? And let me circle back, please. Remember, this money you're borrowing, the WITTIs you staked is your collateral. If for any reason you do not return it, we will liquidate your WITTI. All right? So there will be a digital agreement you're going to, tick on the platform for you to agree to these terms. You collect that money, you do not pay it back when you're supposed to pay it. Automatically, nobody's going to call you or anything. The system will just liquidate your WITTI. Okay, and that's it. So that needs to be well spelled out. Now, we are not naive. We know that people are going to be needing more loans than we can provide. So our plan is to put our own money as part of liquidity provision towards this lending, engage community members who want to be liquidity providers, and even after that who want to be liquidity providers, and ultimately engage some of our investors to come in as also liquidity providers. So these things are going to happen in phases. But at the very start, I am assuming that we will not have enough liquidity to meet with the demand of people who want to borrow from the lending platform. All right. So what we have done is that we have prioritized people who bought or are buying WITTI from the commitment vault or from PancakeSwap when we list there, to be the ones assessing the lending platform. Reason being that they are the ones providing current liquidity. Right? Now, this is just a temporary thing. As our liquidity situation improves, as we get more liquidity providers, as we talk to our investors who bring in more money, we can now begin to open it up for everybody. But at this particular point in time, we are going to prioritize people who are coming in now, who bought WITTI from the commitment vault or are going to buy from the PancakeSwap when we list there. And they buy and stake. Those are the people who we are going to prioritize at this material point in time. Now, that for you old members, I need you to see it in a positive light. Remember that if we take the little liquidity we have and give it to you old members, it does not help the platform to grow. Neither does it help the price of WITTY to appreciate, which is what we are trying to achieve. The only time that happens is when new members who are coming in with new liquidity are actually giving access to the lending platform. Because what would happen is that they will go out there and bring in more new members, which is what you old members want. You need new members to come in, buy WITTY, take this WITTY, borrow against the WITTY. That ensures that they will not sell. They will be in a hurry to sell. These are the things that will now increase the price of WITTY. And you old members who I assume should have a lot of WITTY, significant number of WITTY, significant quantity of WITTY, will stand a better chance to benefit from all of those activities. So don't say, hey, we old members, how are we benefiting from it? It still benefits you, because at the end of the day, it is the price of WITTY that is going to be appreciating in value. And again, like I said, as we continue to build liquidity, we can now begin to open it up to a point where anybody, whether old or new member, as long as you have WITTY stake, you can go to the lending platform and borrow money based on your staking tier. Okay? So I want us to understand that it's only a temporal thing to prioritize, to optimize the liquidity we have now, to serve as many new people as possible so that they can go out there and bring in more new people, which helps the price of WITTY to appreciate, which also helps you, the old members who are holding significant quantity of WITTY. Okay? That's very important. However, for old members, so let's assume that you migrated $9,500 worth of WITTY from your old WITTY into the staking wallet. And then you now bought additional $500 worth of WITTY on the commitment vault to add to the old WITTY you have, and then you stake in the $10,000 package. You qualify. But you will be able to borrow against the $500 worth of WITTY you bought from the commitment vault, not the 9.5 that you migrated. I hope that is clear. We are doing this for both risk management. We are also doing this to ensure that we optimize our little liquidity, to ensure that we reach to the people who are going to go out there and bring in more people to grow this community. I hope that is clear. All right. So that's what happens. So old members are not totally excluded from this program. What we are saying, in essence, is that we want to rationalize our liquidity to people who are bringing fresh liquidity, because that is how we can actually grow this thing a lot faster. When we grow this thing faster, we can now take our results to our investors and say, look at how much liquidity we started with. Look at how much revenue we have made. If we can get this amount of liquidity, we'll make this much more money. And they'll be able to give us money. When they give us money, we can throw it open. Everybody, as long as you qualify, can get it. I hope that is clear. Okay. So new members, we are prioritizing new members. Okay, let me put that way. We are prioritizing people, whether new or old members, who are buying WITTY from the commitment vault, because they are the ones providing fresh liquidity into the system that enables us to actually grow a lot faster. And as we grow faster, the old members will benefit because they're the one holding the majority of the WITTY in circulation. I hope that is clear, guys. Okay, so that is what we are going to do. And the essence of this is to ensure that holding WITTY becomes so valuable that it helps people make money. And once we achieve that, they will not be in a hurry to sell. Because if you sell, you are going to lose a whole lot of passive income that you are earning from the ecosystem. So even when we list on a centralized exchange, most people are not going to sell. And those who will sell are just going to be selling, a portion of their WITTY, not everything. Which then means that whatever liquidity we have will be more than enough to do buyback and support the price of our token, that even though we have listed on a centralized exchange, there probably will not be too much negative price impact on the price of our token. I hope that is clear, guys. All right. The second thing, of course, is the liquidity provider yield. We have said it here that we'll give access to people, community members, outsiders, investors who want to provide liquidity. All right. And then they can come in and provide liquidity. Now, this is how it is going to work. Remember again what I said in my introduction. Everything we are doing is geared towards ensuring that more people join us, they stay WITTY, and help the price of WITTY to appreciate. That's all we are doing. And you will see it in all of the things I'm going to be talking about in this meeting. Okay. Now, I had mentioned that borrowers, that is you community members, we pay 10% monthly interest. And I also explained how that is very easy to do. Okay. Now, for liquidity providers, how much do they earn when they provide liquidity? All right. They provide USDT liquidity, and then our users come borrow this USDT against WITTY as their collateral. Okay, so how much does liquidity providers earn? Now, we have structured it in a way that it helps us achieve our objective. For non-stakers, if a liquidity provider does not have WITTY stake, he receives 5% monthly. So whatever USDT you put in a liquidity pool, you get 5% monthly. All right, if the liquidity provider does not have WITTY staked. If the liquidity provider stakes on the 500 package, he gets 6% monthly. You see what's happening there? So the liquidity provider is going to say, so if I don't stake WITTY and I provide liquidity, I get paid 5% monthly. But if I stake $500 and provide the same liquidity, I get an additional 1%. So what do you think they are going to do? They will want to stake WITTY before providing liquidity. This is exactly the action we want. We want more people to stake WITTY, because this is how we generate liquidity for WITTY and ensure that the price of WITTY keeps appreciating. Okay. Now, if a liquidity provider stakes on the $2,000 package, he earns 7% monthly, and this monthly earning or yield is in USDT, because the liquidity is also going to be provided in USDT. It's going to be loaned out to our community members in USDT, will be paid back to us in USDT plus interest, and the liquidity provider will earn USDT. Now, if the liquidity provider stake in the 5,000 and above plan, that is 5,000 or 10,000 plan, they earn 8% monthly. The balance stays with the WITTY as revenue. So if a liquidity provider who is a non-staker earns 5%, it means WITTY is keeping 5% as revenue. If they are on the $500 package and they earn 6%, it means WITTY is keeping 4% as revenue. If they're on the $2,000 package and they earn 7%, it means WITTY is keeping 3%. And if they're on the 5,000 or 10,000 package and they earn 8%, it means WITTY is keeping 2%. So this becomes a growth flywheel where management is earning money, which enables us to, stack money in a reward pool, against when we need to buy back WITTY to defend the price of WITTY. Liquidity providers are making passive income every month without doing nothing. They just provide their USDT. Every month they make money. Community members can borrow against their WITTY, add this money they have borrowed to their trading capital, and are able to trade, with bigger capital and make more money every month. So it's a win-win situation for everyone. Okay. And the most important thing is that both the community member that is borrowing will have to keep holding WITTY to keep borrowing. The liquidity provider, who is also providing liquidity, will have to hold WITTY staking in order to keep earning the high yield they are earning. At against us earning 5%, they are able to earn 6, 7, or 8%. To do that, they need to keep their WITTY stake. When you have a lot of people who already have a vested interest, why they should hold WITTY and not sell, what do you think will happen to the price of WITTY? So this is how I'm telling you that even for old members who are not able to participate in all I'm saying, you are still participating indirectly, because with all of these things happening, the price of WITTY will be impacted positively, and the WITTY you have right now, which you have staked, appreciating in value. So whether you are borrow or not, you are benefiting indirectly. So if you are able to borrow, you benefit directly and indirectly. If you're not able to borrow, you benefit indirectly. Every benefit. But what's most important is the community members must be in in a good headspace to understand that, look, at this point, we have to be selfless. Let us prioritize the growth of the community, which helps us to achieve our collective objective over and above our personal short-term gain. Okay? That is how we have to reason right now. Okay? So very, very important. Also, the multi-currency payment platform. You remember that initially, when the plan was that WITTY staking will be required for both access to the multi-currency and arbitrage intelligence system. It was somebody, I think it was Godwin, who made a case on the group that, oh, let us open the multi-currency up where people do not need to stake WITTY to use it, but they need to stake WITTY to use the arbitrage intelligence system. And that made a lot of sense. And we say, okay, you know what? Let's do it that way. People can access the multi-currency platform, no need to stake WITTY. But if you want access to the arbitrage intelligence system, then you stake WITTY. Okay. So what we are doing now is we are doing a hybrid, and this is how it would work. Remember, we need to take advantage of this 1 year as much as possible to ensure that we build financial war chest. It's not negotiable. All right. Now, the way the multi-currency would work is this: if you don't have any staking at all, or you are on less than 500 staking package, that is, you're on the $20, $50, or $100, or you don't have any staking at all, you will be able to access the multi-currency platform, but you can only access 2 accounts. You will choose whatever those 2 accounts would be. Okay, one account will be the currency of your home country, and you can choose another account. That's all. For those who don't have any staking at all, or who are on the $20, $50, or $100 staking plan, you will be able to access the multi-currency platform, but you can only have 2 accounts. All right. If you want to have more than 2 accounts, then you need to stake. Okay. If you're on the $500 staking plan, you will be able to access 5 accounts. You'll be able to create 5 accounts and hold 5 accounts on our platform. If you're on the $2,000 plan, you will be able to own or hold 10 accounts. If you're on the 5,000 or 10,000 plan, you'll be able to create accounts on all the currencies that we support. Right now, we're going to be launching with about 10 to 12 currencies, but we'll quickly be adding more currencies. The reason is very simple, guys. First, we need to ensure that we are giving accounts to people who would use it, because we are paying for every single one of those accounts. And we don't want a zero, somebody who just come in. You did not stake WITTY, you have not created any value, you just come and open 12 accounts at once and leave it. So what you have done when you do that is that you have created a liability for us, because at the end of the month, there is an amount we pay to our banking partners for every account activated. And somebody who has not added any value to us, he doesn't have any WITTY stake, you just come, do KYC, create 12 accounts and run off. So imagine when you have a lot of people doing that, we might get to a point where the money we are paying for those unused accounts might even exceed how much we are making in revenue. So it doesn't make any sense. Okay. So for people who have no skin in the game, you have no WITTY staking, or you're in the $20, $50, $100 package, 2 accounts. Okay. You can use that and make some money for yourself, and then find a way to upgrade if you need more accounts. That's the way it's going to work. Okay. So people, you can still market the multi-currency as you can come in, no need for staking. Okay. They can come in, create 2 accounts. They use the platform, they see how it works, they like it, then they can upgrade to have access to more accounts. I hope that is clear. So you're not going to say, oh, to use the multi-currency, you have to pay for it. No, it's not. You don't need to stake, you don't need to do anything, but you can only have 2 accounts as a free user. Okay. Either you're a free user, or on one of the 3 small packages, you have access to 2 accounts. $500 staking, 5 accounts. $2,000 staking, 10 accounts. $5,000 and $10,000 staking, all the accounts we have now and we will never have. We have access to all of them. Okay? That's how it's going to work. Now, benefits of staking WITTY. What are the benefits of staking WITTY? Number 1, access to the arbitrage intelligence system. It means you're going to have more trading opportunities depending on your staking plan. It also means you're going to be able to trade with more capital depending on your trading plan. Number 2, Unlock trading capital borrowing. So because you stake WITTY, you can borrow from the lending platform. Number 3, access to more multi-currency accounts. Just like I just explained. The higher your staking plan, the more currencies you can hold. Number 4, activity and staking rewards. Okay? As you stake WITTY, you're entitled to activity reward and staking reward. Number 5, network compensation up to 10 levels deep. Okay? And then number 6, you earn monthly yield if you are a liquidity provider. And then finally, potential appreciation of the value of WITTY. So this is where everybody benefits as long as you're holding it. Okay? I hope this is clear. Now, why this model works? Why we are convinced that this model will work? Okay? So with what we have explained, our system will create a powerful flywheel. It means that WITTY staking will lead to full multi-currency access, arbitrage intelligence system access, and trading capital borrowing. All of these things you have access to it just because you staked WITTY. Now, full multi-currency access, arbitrage intelligence system access, and trading capital borrowing will then lead to more trading activity on the multi-currency platform. And then more trading activity will lead to platform revenue because we'll make money from transaction fees on the multi-currency platform. And then platform revenue will lead to us being able to pay out activity and staking rewards and then yield for liquidity providers. So activity and staking reward and yield for liquidity providers will then lead to more staking demand. So you see the flywheel, the growth flywheel. So it starts, it goes around, it just keeps circling, and people will keep coming in because they want to come into a platform where it is sustainable and they are earning passive income. People can choose how they want to play on the platform. You want to be an active referral, you go for it. You stake, you earn your staking reward, your activity reward, you trade on the multi-currency platform and arbitrage intelligence system, and you're making money every day. You say, okay, I don't have time to trade, I don't even have time to promote, I just want to provide liquidity. You get passive income. So whether you want to be actively promoting, you earn passive income monthly. Whether you just want to provide liquidity, you earn passive income monthly. So everybody can earn money every month in the WITTY ecosystem, pending when we list on the exchange. So we're not saying tie your hands, don't make any money until we list on the. No, we are providing so many opportunities for our community members to make money every month today while waiting for sex exchange. And even when the sex exchange listing comes, most of you will not be in a hurry to sell because you are making enough money from passive income and you need to keep holding that WITTY to keep making that passive income. So you will not even be in a hurry to sell. That is the kind of ecosystem that we are building. So it becomes a well-built, self-reinforcing economy without begging community members to promote. Everybody doing what they need to do. People who want more, who want to extract more value from the community, know already that they need to promote so that they can extract that value. So we're no longer running after anybody and begging and cajoling anybody to promote. People just do what they need to do because they know what they will get from doing what they need to do. That's basically what it is, okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, that is a new business model we are injecting into our already existing business model. And I want to appeal to every one of you to think long-term, delay gratification, and understand that this is for the betterment of the community, okay? So the days where we just launch something, people are just making money at the detriment of the project, those days are over. And I'm sure everybody should be tired of that because it never lasts. So we need to come of age to the point where we build something that is sustainable, where value is taken because value has been added. That is the only way this thing can be sustainable, to a point where you wake up every day knowing I'm going to make money today on WITTY. You wake up, you look forward to the end of every month knowing I'm going to earn passive income, either from staking rewards, from activity reward, or from liquidity yield. That is what we are trying to build. Where you make money with peace of mind. Okay, you're not being scared. Will this system collapse, or will this system? Because you know already that the tokenomics and the business model is solid. Okay, that is what we're trying to achieve. And like I said, I appeal to you guys, even if this business model I just reeled out does not personally benefit you, maybe because you don't have any extra money to buy more WITTY on the commitment vault, please be positive. This still benefits you on the long run because it's going to positively affect the price of your WITTY. But for those of you who can buy WITTY, and let me say this again, right? If you can buy WITTY, just buy. First and foremost, it's 5 cents on the commitment vault. All right. When we list on PancakeSwap, it's going to be 15 cents. And with all these things I've narrated, you already know that even when we list on 15 cents, you might not be able to buy it at 15 cents. It's going to be appreciating. So this is your opportunity. Take advantage of the fact that you're a founding member of WITTY. Buy WITTY at the cheapest it will ever be. Again, okay? Just buy WITTY. If for any reason you missed out on accumulating WITTY on PancakeSwap when we were busy trying to get our act together, build the product that we are launching now, you failed to buy WITTY, maybe because you were scared that, oh, maybe WITTY has gone into extinction. Maybe we'll never hear about them again. And because of that fear and doubt, you did not take advantage to buy WITTY when other people were just busy using $50, $100 to scoop up WITTY. If you miss that, your next best opportunity is right now on the commitment vault. Please buy WITTY. Tell your prospects, explain this thing to them, let them come on board WITTY. There's a finite quantity of WITTY that has been allocated to that commitment vault. Once it's over, it's over. We shut it down. Nobody can buy WITTY again until we list on PancakeSwap. Take advantage and buy WITTY now. There's no point to regret not buying WITTY now because it's at 66% discount. Okay, take advantage of that. And if for any reason you do not have the money to take advantage of that, 2 things you can do: just wait it out. You have your WITTY already, wait it out. Let those who have the money, let those who are promoting help you add value to the WITTY that you currently have. That is one thing you can do. The second thing you can do if you don't have money is take advantage of the waitlist campaign. Promote. Okay, somebody promoted, and the person he brought in bought WITTY of $5,000. Maybe the person who promoted us don't even have $5,000. But the fact that you don't have money does not mean you cannot talk to people who have money. That is what the guy did. He brought in somebody who bought $5,000 worth of WITTY. That's exactly what you can do. Okay, so you buy WITTY. If you don't have money to buy WITTY, you talk to those who have the money. They come in, register with your referral link, and buy WITTY. At the end of the month, you earn your reward in USDT. You can now use that USDT to buy WITTY, and then you stake so you can participate in all of these things that we're talking about. But it is not right for you to just sit, fold your hands, and keep telling yourself, rationalizing to yourself, oh, I don't have money. You've got to go to a point where you are tired of saying those things to yourself. You don't have money, everybody knows that, okay? You need to do something about it. Okay, you don't have money, but you have time. It is impossible for you not to have money and not to have time. Okay, you don't have money, use the time you have to leverage on other people's money, other people's effort, other people's time, and make money for yourself. Okay, that's that. So, do you have questions? Please give me your feedback in the group. Do you like this business model? Are you supportive of it? Or you have questions? Just rush me with them. Let's take probably the next 10 minutes to answer as many questions that we might have, and then we can call it a day. All right? Please let me know your feedback, okay? Tell me if you're happy. Tell me, just give me your feedback in the comments. Ask your question. If you need a clarification, maybe something is not clear, you can go ahead and ask. But most importantly, I want to know, how do you see our new business model? And let us know how you feel. Let's have a conversation for the next 10 minutes, and then we can call it a day. All right? Vanessa says, can you borrow someone with 10K staking plan? Yes, why not? I just said, if you're on the 10K staking plan, you borrow 7.5. Okay? So you use the 10K as collateral and you borrow 7.5. But that 10K must be new money. It cannot be 10K worth of WITTY that you're already holding. Remember, that does not help our current ecosystem. So if you bought 10K worth of WITTY right now on the commitment vault, then you can use it to borrow 7.5. Okay? Yes. Emmanuel said this lending platform will be a game changer for WITTY, an amazing idea. Thank you, Emmanuel. Faith Mamza said, I love this. It's absolutely a brilliant methodology. Thanks, Faith. I appreciate it. King Master says, perfect. You have my support. Thank you, King Master. I appreciate that. Thank you again for the community members. You guys are amazing. I do not take your support for granted. Some of these things you say is the reason why for us at the management level, we don't give up. No matter the challenges we face, we do not give up. One day when we have made a success out of this, we'll take our time and reel out some of the challenges we have faced. You guys are going to be shocked. You guys are going to be shocked. But this is not the time for that, because I do not like to report effort. I like to report results. So what is most important to me right now is for us to achieve results. The time for effort will come. Then you appreciate the effort that we have put in when you already see results, okay? So these things that you say, this support, this encouragement is why we don't give up. It's why we keep grinding. So I appreciate it. I do not take it for granted. Thank you so much, all right? Abdul says, when are we going to swap our WITTY for the new WITTY? It's ongoing right now, okay? Started already since 23rd of last month. Please, go watch the guide and migrate. The migration ends on the 23rd of March, okay? Anybody who does not migrate by that time forfeits the WITTY. Please, don't let your downlines, don't let your people, your team members blame you for not telling them. If you know anybody who is not in WITTY right now, maybe has given up and went away, please reach out to them, tell them to come and to migrate their WITTY. By the 23rd of March, anybody who has not migrated, that WITTY is gone. It's very important, please, okay? Faith Mamza says, I love this business model and I'm happy about it. It's brilliant. Thank you, Faith. I appreciate it. Vanessa said, can I move my staking account to another staking wallet? Okay, please, any of the facilitators should help Vanessa out, okay? Ambassador Philip said, please, I hope this meeting is recorded because network on my end is very terrible today. Yes, it's recorded. Shivoloma says, awesome. WITTY keeps getting more and more interesting by the day. The business model promises to take WITTY to greater heights. It's a win-win for all. Kudos to our CEO. Let's get to work and do our part. Thank you so much, ma. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And then Faith says, can the management encourage those who have small staking, like $20, $50, to upgrade to $500 in order to qualify for the loan? This would also increase liquidity, just a suggestion. Can management encourage? How do you mean, Faith? How do you want us to encourage the small stakers? Throw more light on your suggestion so that I can know if it's something that is possible, okay? Obina says, can you help me talk to an influencer I've been talking to? Yes, Obina, please reach out to Ayobami, okay? Ayobami will do that. Please reach out. We already have people who are reaching out to our facilitators to help them talk to an influencer, but please talk to the influencer first. If they show any kind of interest, then engage any of our admins. They will help you talk to them. And we have a document actually specifically crafted for influencers. So our facilitators will help you talk to them, send the documents to them, follow them up. If they come on board, they will still register them under you. Okay? Yeah. So reach out to any of our admin, Obina. Sam Annie says, the business model is very awesome. The major concern I have is may God help you and your team to launch a multi-currency platform and arbitrage intelligence tool as soon as possible, because I believe once they go live and people start using them to make real money in real time from real financial market and start sharing their testimonies, people will troop into WITTY platform, because humans have in their nature seeing is believing. Thanks for all your good work and your heart desires to help humanity escape poverty by all means. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate that. Okay? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So I understand what you have said, but let me correct something. Okay? It is true that seeing is believing, but only for mediocres, right? The people who actually make the real money do not go by that. They are risk takers. The moment seeing becomes believing, opportunity is gone. There is no longer opportunity there. The opportunity is when people cannot see it. You take the risk to get involved. That is when it's an opportunity. The moment it becomes seeing is believing, there is no longer opportunity there. So I understand that mediocres want to see before they take position. But as community members, that should not be your mindset. Which is why people who have at their beck and call the commitment vote and are not taking advantage of it, by the time that commitment vote is over, they are going to regret it because somebody has $50. Why can't you just buy with you? You have $10, $20, $500, $2,000. You can actually take advantage now, seeing that this WITTY you are buying now, the tokenomics has been well spelled out to you that the lowest WITTY can go is 5 cents. And you're buying it at the lowest. So why won't you take position? So please don't have that mindset. That mindset is for losers. Seeing is believing is for losers. It's for mediocres. Risk takers, people who actually make real money, don't go by seeing is believing. That's the truth. All right? Israel Favor says, very good idea. The learning platform is good, but if you can have second look at the funding mechanism and rewarding in USDT instead of WITTY token. Rewarding what in WITTY token, please? Are you talking about the activity reward and staking reward? Moreover, if there's a way in which immediately your referral purchase WITTY, your wallet receives USDT, I think we can't do that. We are regulated. We are not permitted to pay you from what your referral is bringing. We can't do any of those things, okay? That is Ponzi scheme territory. We are not we are only permitted to pay commission from economic activity, not from money being brought in by anybody. Like somebody is bringing capital, and I'm paying referral commission from somebody's capital. That is Ponzi scheme territory. We can't do that. We are not allowed to do that. We are regulated, okay? So when you are suggesting, keep that in mind, okay? There are things that we can no longer, there are gray areas we cannot tread. Very, very important, okay? All right. Okay, guys, I think that's all the question I have. I wanted Faith to throw more light on her question, but okay, I think she's here. Faith says, what I meant was for management to allow those with smaller stakes, such as $20, $50, to top up or upgrade to bigger staking plans, such as $500 or more, in order to qualify for a loan on the lending platform. Okay, I get you now. All right. Okay, I can't promise that, Faith, unfortunately. I can't promise that, okay? So, yeah, I can't promise that. I think the business model as it is fair enough, okay? It's fair enough. Let's just run with that. All right? Thank you. Jide says, I don't know, can it be possible to automate the process of refunding loans plus interest? We'll see to that. It's not going to be easy. Let me see. Yes, it's possible, but I'm not even sure I want to do that. I'm not sure I want to do that. That will require getting an authorization from you for us to be able to debit your wallet as at when due. I don't think I want to be able to debit your wallet. I would prefer you pay that money back when you're supposed to pay it. That's what I would prefer. Debiting your wallet, it becomes a trust issue. Tomorrow now, when somebody's wallet is hacked, WITTY will be one of the suspects. So those are the things we think about. But we'll see. If there's a way we can do it in a way that all of stuff. But I think you getting a notification that your loan is due and paying back the money would be the way you should go. But if there's a way we can automate it, will. All right. Young man have to buy it from the vote now until WITTY pancake swap. Will I still have to buy WITTY then and stay to be able to? Yeah, just like buying at more than 15 cents. Okay? advantage of buying now in the but you are buying 5 cents. Well, countries who are buying, but of course you can buy them and think, okay, yeah, you can like. Sonny, the meeting recorded and you can get it. All right. Blessed says, Witty to the moon. I believe Witty will go far by God's grace. Thank you, Blessed be. I appreciate. Benedict says, what are the percentage earnings from level 1 to 10? Okay, so it's very simple. Okay. I want to believe you are talking about the activity reward. So this is how it works. Very simple. Whatever point all your downlines to your 10th generation accumulate in a month, 10% of it is divided into 10 and paid to all the uplines to the 10th generation. Does that make sense? So let's assume that I have 10 uplines and I earned 10,000 points this month. 10% of 10,000 points is 1,000 points. 1,000 points divided by 10 is 100 points. All my uplines to the 10th generation will get 100 points from me. So imagine you have 50 downlines and they all generate different quantities of points. You will get, all of those points from them, like I just explained. Okay, 10% of every point divided by 10 to all the 10 uplines. That's the way it works. Very simple to understand and explain. All right, guys, I got to go. Okay, got to go. Thank you so much. For those of you who are just joining, please just watch the recording. Brief your team members, brief your prospect. 2 things, please. Ensure you do your migration before 23rd. Ensure you update your wallet address on your profile in the affiliate dashboard. Very, very important that you do that. And please take advantage of the commitment vote, especially for our community members. Take advantage of the commitment vote. Take position in Witty right now. Can you imagine the guy that just bought $5,000? He got 100,000 Witty. All right. I was so happy for him, even though I don't know him, but I was just so happy for him that he did that. And it's a decision he will not regret. Take advantage, buy Witty at the lowest that it's ever going to be, okay? Do that, and then take advantage. The waitlist campaign is ongoing. Refer people, and probably make USDT at the end of the month. 14th of March, we are launching the multi-currency platform, and then it gets better from there. After the multi-currency platform, we launch the arbitrage intelligence system. After that, we launch the lending platform. After that, we launch our mobile app. So it gets very interesting from here, okay? 2026 is going to be our best year yet. I'm so ready for it, okay? Thank you so much, guys. Have an amazing evening. God bless you. Bye-bye.